Hello everybody, welcome back once again. We are playing Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions. Just wanted to give a quick update. I did a bunch of stuff off screen. Although not as much as I thought I was going to do. I didn't end up doing any excuse me, didn't do anything with the behemoth monster that I had captured. I actually did kind of kick a bunch of these characters, these generics out, and then like did a bunch of breeding and stuff, but because I've got 3 mind flayers and a chocobo, I'm just getting a ton of extra monsters that I didn't want to get. So I don't know. I may end up actually poaching these ones that I captured and then just like recapturing a new set later, because again, it basically drives down the chances of actually getting the behemoth monsters when you go to breed them. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much because the game is essentially, there's no time frame, but it's time consuming, going back and forth between 2 cities to get your monsters to breed. But I did get Agrius to Dark Knight, or I unlocked Dark Knight with Agrius and Luso, and then got them. Actually, take a look here. So Agrius as a Dark Knight ended up with 12 speed. Now, I think that's 1 less than Ramza, and I think that's just because when she joined, she was like level 12 or something like that. So, I guess, no, not just that. I did put a couple of levels onto her just by trying to get to, or trying to unlock the ninja. And so I actually ended up kind of losing 1 point of speed doing that. And I think that ended up being the same thing with Luso. Yeah, so I have both of them at, actually all 3 of these characters are at Dark Knight right now. Yeah, so he's at 12 speed as well. And I did notice he was like level 25 or something like that when he joined, and that's just because my characters are such high level. Obviously if I want to, I can go here either to the Zekless Desert or just like any other random encounter and use my mind flayers to level them down or like reduce their levels and then re-level up as ninja again. I'm not sure if I'll do that. I kind of want to, but I might do that a little bit later. I'm a little burned out. Like I said, just put a ton of time into Agrius and Luso, and not really keen on leveling down and then all the way back up. But yeah, anyways, that is where we're at. I did want to toss one thing in here. It's kind of a thing that I had forgot. And that was actually, unfortunately, back in Chapter 2 at the Chigolith Fenlands. When you do that storyline battle, there's actually a chance that you can get a Uribo. That's the little pig guy. And they've got, basically all 3 of them have really, really good poaches. But I had completely forgot about that battle when we were back in Chapter 2. So, obviously, too late to do that. But there will be some Uribos later on that we'll definitely capture and do some poaching. But unfortunately, though, one of the best items in the game actually is the Chantage, and that is a poach from, I think it's the 2nd of the pigs, which is like the wild boar or something like that. And like I said, that's like one of the best accessories in the game. Basically, it makes it so that character is immortal. Like, they can get knocked out, but like when their turn comes back around, they just get right back up. It's kind of crazy. But again, that'll be something that we'll do a little bit later. Also, in terms of poaching, there are some interesting monsters that are available right now. So, like the Linellian Plateau, if you go from the south, so if you start at the Magic City of Garland and go to the north, sometimes you'll get into a battle with a dragon. And, you could then invite the dragon and then breed the dragons. And the dragons have a lot of good poaches as well. There was a Minotaur, I want to say in the Sidgewield. I'm not sure which direction that battle is, but I'm pretty sure there was a Minotaur there. And like the final Minotaur has one of the best, if not the best, is it the spear or staff, or like a, I guess it's actually, I think it's called a stick in this game, which is like, I think it's the ivory rod or something like that. But anyways, very good poach for them as well. And then I know the, I think, was it the No, I think it might have been the Lanalian Plateau. No. I think it was the Fulvahem Wind Flats now that I'm looking at this again. The little eyeball enemies are available there. And same thing, you could breed them and get all the way to the third one, which I think has got the, I want to say it's the Zorlin shape. It's a very unique dagger that I think you can only get by poaching them. So again, a lot of interesting things that you can poach at this point. I'm not going to bother. I just think that usually when I do my poaching, it's a little bit later. But it does mean though that there's some items that are available right now. Again, very very early, but yeah, just wanted to point that stuff out. Anyways, let's get started on the Grogh Heights. I think actually, if I remember right, this one might be the one that's got an item on it. Let's just see. I can't remember. I'm a little bit rusty, but let's take a look here. I'll see if this is the right battle. Just gonna bring Ramza, Agrius, and Luso because we're basically completely overpowered, and I don't even need to bring more characters in. But I'm thinking this one is probably the battle. No, that's not this one. God, I'm always I'm jumping the gun again. Anyways, pursued even yet. When are we fled so far? Have the gods no mercy? Is that a scouting party from the Order of the Southern Sky? We're through fighting. You will not force us to return. We're going home. Better to live in the streets than to die in them. We've had our fill of blood and death. We do not pursue you. Pray heed my words. It is not our wish to fight. Aye, that much I'll believe. Better to strike us down cleanly when our backs are turned. Do not think us so green as to fall for your tricks. We've seen our share of those as well. That man, does he not have the look of one on the handbill? What of it? It's him, the heretic. I'm certain of it. If we returned with him, might they not pardon our desertion? You'd return to camp? Consider it. The capture of a heretic is near as grand a feat as the capture of an enemy commander. If we delivered them his head, do you not think they would return us with leave to return home? The men who captured that general were dismissed honorably. If we are to return to our homes, let us do so with our heads held high. Were we to return now, it would be to a life of skulking in the shadows. You speak true. Let us return with him, or at least with his head. It's not long for those shoulders anyway. He is a heretic after all. Come, let this be our final battle. Our freedom is bought with this godless man's blood. Wow, okay. Alright, well, it's not going to work out the way you guys think, but let's get it on. Alright, let's see what these guys are working with. Battle Axe, meh. I guess got Beastmaster. Why? You don't even have any monsters with you, buddy. Okay, bunch of junk. Yeah, junk here too. Rubber boots. All right, yeah, nothing really to be too excited about. There we go. Let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, so take out half of them just like that. I was really hoping that that Agrius was going to end up faster than Ramza, but it just never ends up working out that way. I should have leveled her down first, and then start. Well, I should have leveled her down once I unlocked the ninja, and then leveled her back up. But yeah, that's something maybe to think about on another day. Oh yeah, this is better. Oh my god. Ah, so good. Oh, she's an absolute powerhouse still. I understand the need to hold one's own life dear, but to hold it so far above all others. Yeah, indeed. Alright, got a mithril gun. Whoop-de-doo. Alright. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a little scene here with Orin, I think. Father, what would you have done? Is that... We meet again. See, the black lion sits upon your breast. You are of the Order of the Southern Sky, then? I am, and it would seem we have you to thank for dealing with our deserters. Ha! I must admit, I'd never thought to see the day a Beowulf lend his aid to our order. The fight was not of my choosing. I know, you do not wish to shed blood, but it cannot always be avoided. We're no different. Do you think we hunt those men down out of enmity? Craven they may be, but they've not wronged us. You knew who I was all along, didn't you? I did. I'd seen your name and face upon a bill. Inexpiable heresy, was it not? My mind reels at the thought of what you must have done. Have you a mind to turn me in? Why would I do that? Our orders are to capture deserters. They say nothing of heretics already hunted mercilessly by their own. If I were one of those, I think I'd get moving before the lions at my heels thought to feast upon me as well. Why do you still fight? So long as your brothers point their swords at our throats, we must. If the white lion lowered his claws, the black would follow suit? No, I do not think like he would. Could you deliver a message to Count Orlando if you should chance to meet him? There are men behind the curtain who goad the dukes for their own personal gain. We are all but puppets dancing as they pull our strings. It is those men we ought be fighting. I can deliver the message, but why to the Count? My father once told me Count Orlando was the only man he could truly call friend. I am the Count's adopted son, and will tell him what you've told me. Then you believe me? Do not know the reason these men seek the Zodiac stones. If it is for the benefit of the people, I see no reason to raise protest. But if they seek to use the legend for their own gain, I can assure you my stepfather will not sit idly by. It was not for quiet complacence he was given the name of Thunder God. You know of the High Confessor's plot? Of it, yes, but we have no hard evidence. Our spies are working tirelessly, but I suspect you know more than they. If you did have evidence of the plot, would you be willing to lay down your swords? Such evidence exists? The scriptures... No, it matters not. I simply wish to know. Whether or not it would mean the end of this conflict, I cannot say, but my father, for one, would surely sheathe his blade. Lord Orin, we must press onward. Very well, let us resume our march. Farewell, Ramza. See that you keep your head about your shoulders. Never think yourself without allies. You do have friends. Friends who would gladly lay down their lives fighting beside you. And I count myself among them. Oh, dang. Thank you, Orin. All right, that's the end of this one. So as always, hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.